Tractor-trailers carrying these 4-foot-long buoys were seen last Friday in Eagle Pass. Texas is preparing to place them in the middle of the Rio Grande. The goal is to install a 1,000-foot-long floating barrier along the river.
What these buoys will allow us to do is to prevent people from even getting to the border.
State officials argue they weighed the safety risks and want to prevent migrant drownings. But the latest tactic in Governor Greg Abbott's multi-billion-dollar border initiative is drawing sharp condemnation over potential violations to human rights and other laws.
The governor is putting politics over people, and so we're very frustrated and angry that this is another attempt to avoid welcoming immigrants, to avoid supporting the federal processes that already exist.
One small business owner already sued the state, arguing Governor Abbott does not have the legal authority. Some policy experts agree.
This is just a made-for-television moment. The problem is that it's a violation of international law.
In 1970, the U.S. and Mexico signed a treaty to address water management and usage. The Federal International Boundary and Water Commission, which oversees the agreement, said it was caught by surprise by Abbott's actions. And experts say that's a problem.
Even under the harshest, most flood-prone conditions, require the approval of both Mexico and the United States. One country cannot do that unilaterally. And it doesn't matter if the purpose is immigration, and that's a function for the federal government.
There are also wildlife and environmental concerns. Other water rights analysts say the buoys raise questions about how it will affect the river's flow, water distribution, and flood control.
When you put something into the river, you're going to have an impact on the flow, and therefore it could effectively change the location of the border or the flow regime in terms of the volume of water flowing downstream. So it could affect the amount of water that is actually going to the reservoirs or going downstream to users.
Governor Abbott appeared ready to take on any legal challenges, tweeting, "We will see you in court." He expects it might even reach the U.S. Supreme Court, where justices could take up the issue of a state's authority to address immigration enforcement. That issue is typically within the purview of the federal government. In Washington, Rena Diamante, Spectrum News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more refreshing stories about your community, click the subscribe button over here. You can also download our Spectrum News app and tune in to Channel 55 on Dish and DirecTV to get live news coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.